So in the wake of Kenji Inafune's recent Kickstarter campaign for the spiritual successor of the Blue Bomber, Mighty No. 9, I figured I'd do this AfterMash. As of me writing the script for this video, the goal of $900,000 to create the new Legend of Mech has already been reached in a day and a half. So as the fans of Megaman readily accept this new hero, I'd like to make a tribute to the hero that started it all, Megaman and his story. Megaman 6 begins with a tournament held by billionaire Mr. X that summoned the greatest robot makers in the world to compete to have the strongest robot. Obviously, Mr. X is actually Dr. Wily trying to control the robots to defeat Megaman and Dr. Light. Now, being able to fuse with Rush to become Jet Megaman and Power Megaman, he defeats Blizzard Man, Centaur Man, Flame Man, Night Man, Plant Man, Tomahawk Man, Wind Man, and Yamato Man. Planning the inevitable jailing that he would receive, 4 Robot Masters tucked away in this laboratory activates and saves him from jail. Finally jumping on to the Super NES, Mega Man 7 features better graphics and colors and also a shift in Mega Man's personality. This is also when Mega Man meets Bass and Treble, which you find out was created in Wily in the image of Mega and Rush. The robots that Mega Man defeats in this game are Freeze Man, Junk Man, Burst Man, Cloud Man, Spring Man, Slash Man, Shade Man, and Turbo Man. In the end, Mega Man actually decides to kill Wily once and for all and starts charging up. Fearing for his life, Wily tells Mega Man about Asimov's laws of robotics on how Mega Man cannot harm a human being. Mega Man, in rage and maturity, responds that he is more than a mere robot and aims to kill Wily. But before he has the time to shoot, Bass and Treble come and save Wily, saying that those who hesitate are lost. The ending credits happen as Mega Man walks away from Exploding Fortress without flinching. You know, the typical badass. Mega Man 8 was then released on PlayStation and Sega Saturn, where 2 alien robots were fighting in deep space. Both being badly damaged, they fell into Earth, to which Dr. Wily happened to be nearby. By studying one of the fallen robots, Wily managed to make his robots more powerful than usual by using alien evil energy. Mega Man is joined by Duo this time, a powerful intergalactic robot cop. The robots that Wily created this time around were Tengu Man, Astro Man, Sword Man, Clown Man, Search Man, Frost Man, Grenade Man, and Aqua Man. Now, I didn't mention Mega Man the Power Fighters, but the second game has something really interesting. If you were to beat the game with Bass alone, Dr. Wily reveals that the silhouette of a new robot that he was creating, a far superior robot than Bass. You can tell from the shape that it is Zero from the Mega Man X series. So I'm assuming at this time, Dr. Light, the genius as he is, was already working on Mega Man X. With his time from Proto Man to Mega Man, he understood the problems of AI. He knew that he had to be raised like a child to teach it how the world works, not wanting to have his robots like Proto Man or the previous Robot Masters to act childish with extreme power. He would lock X in a capsule for 30 years while it tests the ethical reasoning of his last model. He also might have duplicated his mind digitally for longevity and if ever X needed some guidance in the future. When questioned why he named X, it's because X is a variable.
It is I, Thomas Light. I created you, X.
X? You called me X. Is that my name?
That's right. It's a variable. It represents limitless potential. You see, you are a new type of robot who can think for himself.
Several years later, new robots started causing havoc around the world, but they were all created by Dr. Light. Megaman goes to defeat the robots to clear Dr. Light's name in Mega Man 9, but finds out that the robots were causing trouble were to be decommissioned by the government. Dr. Wily convinced them to fight back against the humans in order to save themselves. After defeating Wily, Mega Man used Rush to show Wily every time he begged for forgiveness in previous games. Unlike before, Mega Man was finally showing the power of AI, of which he can make decisions for himself, somewhat maturing to the situation. Nevertheless, he was struck by Wily shortly after, to which Proto Man had to save him. And in the final game of the series, Mega Man 10, the robots of the world are plagued with Robo-Enza, a flu-like disease. Thinking that Wily was behind all of it, Mega Man confronts him. He says that it wasn't him, but actually he found out the cure and was stolen by another set of robot masters. Setting out to defeat all of them, he finds out that, surprise, it was Wily's doing all along. And after defeating him again, Wily begins to beg, but Mega Man noticed that he had a fever. He himself has caught some type of flu, so Mega Man took him to a hospital. After recovering, Wily escapes but leaves enough medicine behind to heal any robot that has Robo-Enza sickness, showing that there is some kindness left in him. So after a long arduous life, what happens to Mega Man? There are those that say Zero eventually kills him, but actually, that isn't true. You actually do see the end of Mega Man, and honestly, it's kinda sad. If you remember earlier, I mentioned a special series of robots that Dr. Wily created called the Mega Man Killer series. The thing is, during Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy, Dr. Wily hopped into the future to find Mega Man, to be transformed back into a household robot. Convincing the version of himself at that time who actually stopped being evil, they both kidnapped Mega Man and transformed him into Quint, after failing to make a prototype of Mega Man. Wily brings future Mega Man, now Quint, back to the present where Mega Man destroys him, ultimately ending his own fate. So actually the person who kills Mega Man is himself. Very Dark Knight-ish, isn't it? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Then again, it's not really how a hero dies, but how he lived. After so many games, Mega Man has battled with the robots of evil but never lost his kindness, showing Wily forgiveness over and over again. What Dr. Light saw on how to prepare X for the world, he understood from watching Mega Man and all of his trials. For so many games, he sought to stop Wily as he felt it was his purpose, then finally actually threatening Wily during Mega Man 7, showing that his complex AI capabilities actually developed a conscience, somewhat processing guilt and morality. At the end of 9, by showing Wily all of his past transgressions, portraying that he understood repentance and atonement. And finally at the end of 10, by never failing to show kindness to Wily, even the Mad Doctor finally did something that we never seen in all the past games. A true selfless act of kindness. This was the destiny that was set for me. But it doesn't end there. On the next part, we move on to the power of the Super NES and Famicom to bring the personal favorite of mine, Mega Man X. So like I said, this is all from my own experience as well as going through the internet for more information. But if I did miss anything or I got something wrong, please leave a comment below and subscribe to mash those buttons. Also, if you want to watch stuff on my own personal channel, that's not really video gamey, but there's a lot of kung fu fighting and silly friends, just click. Thanks again, guys.